Hi guys, we are moving on to the chest unit for this last episode. Obviously you can see I've already built the chest unit, but I'm going to recap over now what I did with you. So to build the chest unit, I wanted to actually properly template this. So what I did was I called a friend of mine in for a favour. He got a little bit worried because what I did was I wrapped him up in cling film. We put a little unit just under his chest, which is the same size it's going to be as our arc reactor. So that would put that under the cling film, so I kind of was getting the right shape. I then covered that cling film with masking tape. Once that was all done, that then gave me the ability to be able to draw on the masking tape the patterns that I wanted, and then I could cut that out, and basically once I've laid them out, that's my template. So I cut mainly, it was two pieces, the top part and the belly part. I also use this template in the bit across the back, it's on the back unit. So I cut the pieces out. This bit was then heated a fair bit to try and get these nice bends straight down, and obviously just a little bend here for these bits to go over my shoulder, sit there quite nicely. I then just cut two rough parts to come down here. They had a slight angle at the top there, so they glued in there, come straight down. Then heated this middle section a little bit to give it some bend, and then glued that to those two. That then held everything together, and just put this stripping down the bottom just to finish it off. So that was quite simple. It's all put together and quite easy. I'm now going to be adding the welding details. As you can see, as you may have noticed on some of the other videos, I've been adding welding detail to it. So I'm going to be doing that now. And the easiest way I add the welding details is I use the hot glue gun. That enables us to lay the hot glue on the gun, and I can give it a little bit of movement as I'm laying it down, so you get like little beads, and we try and make it look like welding marks. So we followed the lines that I've done here, I followed the pictures and tried to roughly copy out what was the same. You do intend to go through a fair bit of hot glue doing this. There we have it, and then once that dries, that will look like that bit. Once it's coated and painted, it will then just look like it was welded. So I'm going to finish this off, and then you can see once all the weld marks are in, I'm going to do some bits around the edges to make it look like all this was welded together. So I'm going to crack on with that now, and once that's done, I can show it to you. So there we go. I've added in what's going to be the welding details. So I've added bits across there to make it look like they're all mix match pieces put together. I've also done some bits around the top here. This is where the backplate bit will come over, and then we'll velcro in there, so hopefully that will hide that seam up and just try and make it look like they're welded ons. But there we go. That will be the Ironman chest unit. All I've got left then to do, this will be coated up and painted with the arc reactor in the middle. So that will be glued in there, and then hopefully that should all be ready to put together completely and wear. So the next time you'll see this, everything should be finished. Right, now I know I said the next time you see this it would all be finished and done, and it's been coated and painted, but what I wanted to do is I want to stop here and then go through with you how I'm weathering this, because once I've sprayed this up with the metallic silver, all looks lovely and brand new. We don't want it to look like that. It needs to be looked as if it's made from scrap pieces of metal. So we're going to weather this, and the simple ingredients of weathering is a dry cloth, a wet cloth, and some black acrylic paint. And we can see I've already done a bit on this cloth. So we just dab a little bit of the black acrylic, and then we rub it onto the texture. This takes a little bit of the sheen off and just makes it look a little bit dirty. And what we'll do is we'll probably do a couple of passes with this. It's actually going on quite too well. So we'll put quite a bit on, a bit down, and what we'll do is take another dry bit of the cloth and take a load of it off to try and sort of bring that back a little bit. So we don't want it to look like it's just been painted black. I want it back to the silver, but just a little bit more dirty. I'll do a couple of passes of that. Sometimes a quick rub with the damp cloth just to take some off, but that'll be the way I'll do. And what I'll also do is I'll quickly show you now is that we'll do the edgings around here. We'll rub it with some black and take it back down again, and then again on this side. Bring it down. So we'll keep adding until we get the desired effect that we want. But also then what I'll do is I'll take the slight damp cloth, move my finger in it, and I'll go over our weld marks and I will clean them up just that little bit more, and then what that does is they will pop out from the darker sides, because obviously the weld marks are supposed to be newer, so it will have the more contrasting dark where it sits in around the outside, and then the welding will be a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to try and do that, give it all a pass over, a bit of weathering, make it look a little bit beaten up, and we'll come back and show you how that's looking. So there we go, we've weathered up the chest plate. It is quite a messy job, you will get messy, I'm not going to lie to you on that one, but I've done a couple of passes over this. I've tried to make some sections maybe a little bit darker than others, because obviously they're supposed to be different pieces of metal all welded together. Yeah, that's the weathering for this, so that's the chest unit finished. What will be left now is I've got the arc reactor here, that's all ready to be fitted into the middle, and that can be lit up, and then it's all a case of fitting the whole costume together and wearing it. Okay guys, just want to show you the all finished and complete. I finished off the weathering, added a few more details, as you can see the numbers that were supposed to be off the spare parts, and I've added the arc reactor inside of which goes up quite nicely, so that would then fit over my chest. Quite good. I've added obviously the velcro, that now lines up with the back section, and then velcro on the inside for the bits that come round from the back section. So there we have it, just wanted to show it to you all finished and complete, looking really good. And obviously if you've checked back over my videos, you'll see me wearing the whole complete costume at London Film and Comic Con. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe. There are other tutorials on our YouTube channel. I've got stuff on my Facebook page as well. I'll put all that details down for you. And yeah, there's more to come. So next year I'm going to be working on another big build, and obviously loads of little ones as well. So please like, please subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.